The Coin Lady channel is pleased to have you back. Keeping up with the XRP backdrop is always a smart idea, dudes. I've always maintained that what matters is not the immediate appearance, but in the end, it doesn't appear that Gary Gensler was going to retire, and Brad Garlinghouse is still going strong, offering his market analysis on Fox News this morning. We will explain a few important aspects of XRP that you should be aware of, but that won't stop Ripple and XRP from developing some really cool stuff. So, if that's the case, XRP supporters, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. We can begin immediately. Everyone, please come back. Alright, let's get started. Currently, Ripple is down almost 24%, at slightly under 50 cents. Taking a glance at the monthly chart, we can see that the market has somewhat recovered, with a volume of around 1.4 billion, a slight decrease, and a market cap that is still hovering around 27.5. Regrettably, we did lose close to USDC. Anyway, it's alright. Okay, I have a few theories as to why we might be preparing for a rather strong rally. Clearly, the Bitcoin halving is less than 24 hours away in the near future. As we prepare for what may be an interesting week overall, I anticipate a slight more pullback in the market. However, the fate of XRP remains uncertain. Interesting things are happening with XRP, though. Currently, the stage is set for a significant rise, with aggressive price movement, tight Bollinger Bands, and an impending explosion to the upside. The market has dropped, and we may see it happening again right now. However, from our vantage point, we can see that the Bollinger Bands are beginning to tighten again, which could indicate a substantial upward movement. The last two instances that this has occurred, we witnessed the exact same thing. The first time, we broke all-time highs, the second time, we reached the second highest point, and this could be the next one. Thus, it is entirely possible that XRP's price might rocket to an even greater range if we experience some favorable market movements. They are clearly displaying a squeeze in the end. What happens with Bitcoin? The halving and the Bitcoin cycle could show how high XRP could go, thus this is important in terms of price movement. Typically, a fairly dramatic price spike follows. More than 1,200 banks may now process cross-border payments, and Brad Garlinghouse even informed Fox News of the implications. A lot of this has been going on behind the scenes, as I discussed yesterday. Roughly 95% of our customers are financial institutions based outside of the US, so let's start with that final point. Despite the fact that the US market has been sluggish to adapt, partially due to regulatory concerns, we intend to continue expanding and sell payment and custody solutions centered around blockchain and cryptocurrency. We have had tremendous success in the non-US market. And therefore, in my opinion, you can make out the big picture when it concerns Brad's perspective and analysis of the market. Right now. In addition, established financial institutions are rapidly embracing blockchain technology, which might lead to a remarkable $16 trillion spike in the tokenized asset market, according to Ripple's SVP Marks and Fournier. It would be foolish of you not to notice that Brad Garlinghouse is back at it, offering his thoughts on the difficulties with traditional finance and how XRP offers a solution. An essential question for Ripple has always been how to connect the modern world with more conventional types of people that work in traditional finance. Starting with payments and selling into banks, Ripple has always been that connecting link, but in the end, with a projected value of over $16 trillion, the cryptocurrency sector has the potential to experience a meteoric rise. Brad has already stated that he thinks it will be more than $5 trillion. In fact, he goes on to suggest today that we may perceive that as an uncooked figure. I predict that the market will be closer to 8 or 9 trillion. The integration of blockchain technology into traditional finance, as well as cross-border payments, is going to be a huge deal this year, and I believe this is where XRP might make a huge splash. Look at the nuts and bolts. As usual, looking in the near term, what do we have? Well, if this consolidation trend continues at the bottom of the range, around the 50-cent mark, we'd have a tremendous support and resistance point. At the moment, we're utilizing it to maintain the support line, but we'd like to see a breakout. There are several macroeconomic issues, such as the bearish turning points of the moving averages, the MACD, and the RSI, which indicate that the market is oversold. Therefore, if the market agrees with us, we may witness a substantial upward movement. Important as that is, the fate of XRP may also begin to rise. The answer to the question of whether or not a settlement will be reached depends on just 6. Can you tell me the details? What will happen to Coinbase in the near future? This is increasingly critical, because it might be a major sign of Ripple and XRP's future, but I'm always curious to hear your opinions. Specify in the comments what you think. By the way, did you really believe that Gary Gensler was going to step down today? You bet I did. Evidently, that is not the case. The video ends there. Do me a favor and subscribe to my channel. Coming up shortly, farewell.